Silicon Technologies.
Dear all, it is an honor to introduce our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Ansar from Foresight Technology, with over 25 years experience in IT and telecom industry, including the high availability mission critical data center industry. Mr. Ansar is an independent certified audit consultant and trainer. Mr. Ansar is also the co-founder of Cybernet as Mr. Ansar also the co-founder of Cybernet and has served as a president of the Internet Service Provider Association, as well as a member of Economic Advisory Board, Government of Pakistan. He is member of Board of Governors, Spatial Technology Zone Authority. His expertise lies in digital transformation and mission critical data center infrastructure. Through his extensive international exposure and collaboration with enterprise telecom giants and governments across the Middle East and Africa, Mr. Ansar is ideal choice to provide insights on digital transformation and emerging technologies. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ansar.
Assalamu alaikum. Organizers, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to address the opening speech of this digital transformation and emerging technologies. And once I was talking to Mr. Umair yesterday morning, so I thought I would give you a different perspective, because in the whole day you would have a lot of opportunity to collaborate with the service providers, vendors, to look at different solutions. So I would give you another perspective which would help you to look at the digital transformation and emerging technologies from another perspective. Because you see, these days, the economy is called data economy, digital economy. And the surge is phenomenal. Whereas all the governments, even in the nearby region, they are developing papers, policies, frameworks to foster the benefits of the digital economy. And they are coming up with 3 key components as a policy matter to have a robust digital infrastructure like data centers, internet exchanges. So these are the things which they are coming up with the policy matters. So as we know that numbers don't lie, so if you see in the past 5 years what has been done in the industry for especially digital automation, I learned that as of today, till 2023, it is as the total storage capacity, like data available in the world, is considered valued at 180 zettabytes. And you know what is 180 zettabyte? If you put 21 zeros after 120, after 180, it will become these many megabytes. So 1 zettabyte is equivalent to 1 billion terabytes. So today the data is around 180 zettabytes in the world. So everything is being driven by data. And where we were in 2020, the global data sphere was 60 zettabyte. So from 60 to 183 times in 4 years. And where it is going? It's going over 2000 zettabytes by 2000, because the growth is phenomenal. Year over year, some research papers say it's 25%, some say it's 40%. Year over year growth. So where this all data goes? And then if you see, for this digital transformation at the national level, global level, and even at the enterprise level, what you need? you need a robust infrastructure. Let me share a few numbers with you. If you need a robust infrastructure like data centers, how much investment has been done as of 2023 in data center construction globally? 237 billion US dollar is the market size for the data center construction only. And this is going to 357 in the next 4 years. $1 billion, $357 billion. Now comes to data center services market. Where does it stand? The global value in 2023 for the data center services value, including cloud services and all, valued at $600 billion. Why I am telling you 2003? Because it's already been established. It's not a forecast. 2023 closed at around $600 billion. Where it is going in 2032? $2,200 billion. And this is all available on the reputable research papers available on the internet. In Pakistan, unfortunately, we gauge data center capacity. भाई कितने रह गए आपके डेटा सेंटर के 100 रैक 50 रैक 100 रैक but whenever you go out of Pakistan and working in Middle East, in the region, people ask, my data center is 100 megawatt, 90 megawatt. What is your consulting charges for design per megawatt? Okay, nobody asks 100 रैक का क्या charges है आपके डिजाइनिंग के या ऑडिट के. It's going in a megawatt. हमारी अनफॉर्चुनेटली एक लिमिट है नेबरा की तरफ से कि अभी 5 मेगावाट से ऊपर के डेटा सेंटर्स नहीं हैं. आई जस्ट वुड लाइक टू गिव यू अ पर्सपेक्टिव. As of 2023 December, Microsoft only, they had a data center power 5.5 gigawatt, 5,500 megawatt, the data center only for Microsoft. Okay. So, and even in the region, if you see neighboring countries, Indonesia, Philippines, they are coming up 100 megawatt of data centers. As of now, they are building. In India and in Saudi Arabia, there are 4 data centers under construction as of now, which are 1 gigawatt to 1.3 gigawatt each. So these are phenomenal capacities we are talking about. And the whole objective for you to tell this information is to look at the opportunities, globally, and obviously we cannot afford to left behind. So having all these numbers about the data center construction industry today and the storage and the cloud services and the total capacity, that you will understand 3 companies in the world: Microsoft, AWS, Google. These 3 companies account for 60% of the global hyperscale data center capacities. 60% तो सिर्फ इन 3 के पास है. And the way they are going, you would find out, they just announced, I think last month, both AWS and Microsoft, $100 billion investment in data centers. Why? For digital transformation, digital economy, and all this. Now I would like to give another one more perspective, which I see it positive, but it is practical. Honestly, it is not that positive, because if you see the top 10 economies in the world with respect to population. With respect to population, you sort it out. Number 1 is China, then India, America, Indonesia, 5th is Pakistan, then Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. This is the sequence of these 10 most populous countries. Now you look at the GDP. What value these countries create? So if I see Pakistan, that is the 5th number, which is the population of 240 million, you go to Indonesia, just one step above, and you see what is the population? 280 million. What is their GDP? $1.4 trillion. $1.4 trillion. If you come to Pakistan, we have reported $0.3 trillion and $300 billion. If you go one step down, Brazil, it is $1.4 trillion. So if you see these two, one above us and one below us, so we are 22% of the average GDP of these two countries, one above us and one down to us. So it means on one side you can see we have done really bad in the past, but at the same time if you look at politics, there is a lot of opportunity for the growth. Obviously you need number of things, enabling environment and whatnot. Okay. And if you see the last country, that is Mexico, population is 50% of ours. We have 240 million, they have 120 million. Their GDP is 1.3 trillion. The country which is half of us, Mexico. Okay. So this is the perspective I would want to tell you. Okay. So looking at this all government initiatives, capacities that is already established, with data centers and storage, where the world is going. So I would like to tell you about three key takeaways about the digital transformation. Okay, so it is said that it's not these days, it's no longer that big beating the small, it's fast beating the slow. Okay. Who is more responsive towards changing? If the classic example you would find out, the big companies who vanished in front of our eyes, Kodak, Nokia, BlackBerry, and I remember Nokia and BlackBerry because I was involved into the deregulation process through the government of Pakistan in 2004. So I have seen the arrogance of Nokia and BlackBerry. Okay? And customers were standing in the queue, in front of Nokia and BlackBerry in those days. So they vanished. The number of companies, Toys R Us, Sears, big companies. You must have heard about last week, Reader Digest. It's an 86-year-old publication. It just closed down last week. So it's not the big that beating the small, it's the faster that beating. Another quote I saw somewhere which says 40% of the organization in the world, 40% of the organization in the world will die if they do not find ways to change their entire organization towards fast changing technology. If they don't adopt, they would become irrelevant. So it's and the third thing is interesting, which says what is digital transformation? So some guru says if it is done right, digital transformation, keep it in mind. If it is done right, it's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. If it is done wrong, you end up having a fast caterpillar. What does it mean? So if digital transformation is successful, this transformation from caterpillar to butterfly, it gets new strengths, flying, colorful, bright, totally transformed. If it is not done right, maybe your process will become fast, but fundamentally you would remain unchanged. At the end of my this opening speech, and I apologize if I have taken more than 15 minutes. So, based on my last 4 years experience on working with some large companies in the Middle East and in Pakistan on different initiatives of digital transformations, data centers, for especially 4 domains, which luckily I am also a certified trainer on that, like the digital transformation and ICT initiatives on the operational governance, design and build, risk, standard and compliance. So I've been teaching people, for the last, I would say, for over 12 years in the region of all these things. So in the past 4 years, what I learned, normally when I do a project, I try to find out what not to do. What not to do. So I was meeting people during the training, and they share their company experience, those managers, that how they are doing, where they did good, where they fail and all this. So based on that, I was always taking notes about what to do and what not to do. So once I found out that this was around 27, 28 points, and then I extracted the most common problem that people do while undertaking a digital transformation initiative. And I would like to give this you in 1 minute the essence of my 4 years study and working with the student. These are the 5 takeaways, and one should remember whenever you're doing any project for the IT, especially in the digital transformation. Number one, lack of strategy, direction and management commitment. एक होता है management support. You don't need a management support, you need a management commitment. Okay, so lack of strategy, direction and management commitment is one of the major cause of failure of this initiative. Number one. Number two, unrealistic expectations and timelines. Second. Okay. Third one is skill set. Don't have the appropriate skill set available. Okay. So these are three things. Fourth one is Fourth one is underestimating the resistance to change. Because things will change, and you must understand in the organization, people must realize that the change should be handled properly. And the number fifth is legacy systems. So sometimes you keep it with your heart, the legacy systems. So these are the 5 main things that one should consider while embarking on a digital transformation. I think you would have a lot of opportunity to listen to a number of experts here and fantastic solutions available. I again thank you, Mohin Saab and the whole team for inviting me. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.